friends out there in YouTube land. This is Rockin' Dave, yours truly, the real deal, North Fort Myers, Southwest Florida. And today I'm going to start a brand new series that's actually going to be the continuation of Learn to Burn, except I'm changing the name to Practice with Dave. One of our YouTuber subscribers did inform me that there was a program back in the 1990s called Learn to Burn. And I do remember that, so I do not want to steal anybody's names. So I figure, okay, we're going to continue on with the practice techniques, but I'm just titling this whole series Practice with Dave. I did the research, no one's got that, so we're going to go ahead and finalize it. Okay, and what I'm going to be doing is every Tuesday and every Thursday now, I'm going to be uploading a video. And I think what we'll do is Tuesdays we'll set it for the acoustic guitar, and Thursdays will be with the electric guitar. And all of these videos is going to show you all the techniques that I use in my playing styles. And that's going to range from classical, flamenco guitar, shred acoustic guitar, funk, groove, jazz, fusion, blues and blues rock, metal and shred metal. I mean, everything that I use in the different styles that I play. So nothing's going to you won't get cheated out on any style at all. And since this Saturday I have a classical guitar gig, I might as well start it with the technique of classical guitar. And especially this type with the tremolo. Because this is one question I get asked a lot, is how do you get your fingers to move so swiftly? And it almost has that watery sound, And so this is also a style that you can use in metal as an intro or as a bridge part, or as an ending, or it's a straight classical guitar. So you can use it with, various, at least with rock and metal. We could really use it with anything you want if you're creative. Okay, so let me explain exactly what I'm doing here. This whole thing is centered off of a D minor chord. Now let me show you what I'm going to be doing. I'm actually playing a D minor, and then I play a D minor with an open E. And then I play a D minor with my pinky on the G. So it'd be like a D suspended chord. And then back to the D minor chord. So these two fingers stay stationary. The index and the pinky is playing the melody. So, and when I did that ending, I just come down to the 10th fret, play my open D. But how I'm doing that, so my thumb comes down, down, down. My middle finger on my right hand comes up for endings. Okay, but I got the camera focused on my right hand because what the tremolo is the thumb plucks a note. Then I start with my ring finger on the high E string, middle finger, high E string, index finger, high E string. So what you're hearing is that is all on the high E string. The thumb plucks the D. Then I play that. Then the thumb plucks the G string. My fingers do that. And then the thumb plucks the B string. And then third finger, middle finger, index. So maybe it might be easier if I do it like this. So if you want to grab your guitar and practice this technique with me, I'm going to do it nice and slow so you can get an idea of what I'm doing. That's why this is called Practice with Dave. And this whole series is going to go as long as I keep my YouTube channel up. I will announce when I won't put up a video due to a gig. But other than that, I think we're going to stay with this series because I'm noticing certain things that people have trouble with. It's always the playing. And when you're performing, you're going to have your technique as solid as possible. Because that's how people are going to judge you. Not by what you say you know, but what you show, what you could do. Okay? And again, it doesn't have to be always shred. It just has to sound good. So, I hope you guys could see this. We're not playing the A string. We're not playing the low E string. It's all just on these 4 strings. Okay? So, here we go. Let me count out. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, now I'm going to take this a little bit slower because in the first beginning stages, this might be difficult to do. Because if you notice, I'm not resting my right hand on anything. A rest stroke in classical guitar is what this would be. If you play a note, I don't know if you could see this clear, but I'm resting my index finger on the next string. A free stroke is this. Now, it has nothing to do with my thumb, it's the finger. See, I don't rest my finger on anything. Here, I rested on that. So, in essence, this tremolo is based off of free strokes. And actually, my hand is nowhere near resting, like a pinky anchored or anything like that. No. So, I do have my hand floating. Okay, now what I'm going to do is add the melody and rewind this as many times as you need to and do this in segments so you can get a grip on this, because I know this is a very, very difficult technique for some because there's so much going on with just the right hand. That's why if you just want to hold that D minor chord and just focus on the right hand, that's okay. And do it slowly if you need to, that's okay. Remember what is happening here. My thumb is doing this, and I play a melody with my 3 fingers. Then I go to the next string, play that same melody, and then the next string, play that same melody, then come back up to the G string, same melody, and back to the D. So basically, my thumb does this while my fingers do this. So that's why to build up a fast tremolo, you could do this. On the high E string, and it's 3rd finger, middle, index, 3rd, middle, index, 3rd, middle, index. When you feel comfortable with that, then you can add your thumb. So I'm going to name this just now so you can see this. We're going to do on the D string, thumb, E string, 3rd, middle, index, A string, thumb, E string, 3rd, middle, index, B string, thumb, E string, 3rd, middle, index, back to the A, thumb, 3rd, middle, index, then back with the thumb on the D, and 3rd, middle, index. And eventually you're going to get this to sound like this. Okay, now I'm going to play it at that pace, but I'm going to add the melody where I use my open E, and then come down to the G string on my pinky. So you're going to have like this. And even though it's one chord, what it'll do is it'll start to get your mind used to getting this together and playing a melody with this. And it sounds like there's a lot going on. In a sense, there is a lot going on. But with one chord, how you can make it just sound so beautiful. And have such a nice melody. Okay, here we go. 2 times for each session, okay? Meaning twice with the full D minor chord. Oh. Then twice with the D minor with the open E. And twice with the D suspended. And then back twice with the D minor. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, go. So if you noticed, first session is playing the open D. Again, the same D minor chord. However, when I play that D again, I release my index finger to set myself up for the melody on the beat. Then I bring down my pinky to play D suspended, hit the open D. Then back down with my index finger. So even though you don't hear a beat, it's kind of like timing it, where the D is going to let you know when to release your index finger and add your pinky on your fretted hand. So when we speed this up a little bit, okay, well, maybe I'll play the tempo so eventually you'll be able to see what I mean, how this sounds, okay? And this is a more moderate tempo, so, okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, go. Faster, it could be like this. Now I know it might take a while to get to those speeds, but just take your time and try to do it evenly, because if you do it off where it's not even at a slower pace and you speed that up where it's off, when you get to this pace, it'll sound like there's something wrong. See, it's very even. Now, another question I get is, how long should your fingernails be? I'm going to show you something that this comes from a classical guitarist by the name of Scott Tennant. And there's a few other classical guitarists out there who will use the same method of gauging your fingernails. I don't have them real super long. And by the way, check out Scott Tennant's book, Pumpin' Nylon. Because he's got all these exercises in there that are just incredible. If you got people who complain that they got small fingers, I guarantee after doing these stretches, you will learn how to set your fingers up so you can do stretches. So no longer will it matter how short and stubby your fingers are. You'll learn how to do exercises and jumps where it will not strain your left hand, and you will be able to do the stretches. You'll be able to grab to certain chords and certain melodies and things of that nature very quickly at a very smooth pace, where it's not going to matter how short and stubby your fingers are. It just matters how much time you're willing to put into this and how much dedication, devotion, but how much discipline on correcting the technique. That is your key, is your discipline. But anyways, so the rule of thumb is if you could put on a flat surface your thumb, like for instance, and all right, for right now I might have to trim my thumbnail down a little bit because it's kind of going too much down like that. If it's down like that a lot, I definitely have to trim the nail. So right there, I know I have to trim it. If your thumb goes too far up to be able to reach the nail, then it's too short. Because what you want to do, and same thing with your fingers. If you could have it straight, we could feel nail and flesh at the same time, then yeah, they're at a good length. You don't want them too short, but you don't want them too long. What I usually do is I have it where I could feel the note with the flesh of my finger, but still get the like your nail becomes the pick. Otherwise, it'd be like this. See, as opposed to that. Now, I do have issues with my index finger because I also play with a guitar pick, so sometimes that gets a little bit sanded down. So when I play, it's really this part of my nail that hits the string, not really too much that. So when I have my hands like this, and of course I do sit in the classical guitar position. By the way, if you buy a Flying V, a Gibson, or an Ibanez, or if you sit like this, or a Jackson V, you'll be able to sit down and play that guitar. They call this the classical position, where this part rests on your left knee. And if you have like a V, you don't have this, but because you have that V, it'll lock in between your legs, and trust me, you will be able to sit down and play if that's what you want to do. Okay, but that's basically what you want. You could hear the flesh, I could feel the string, but I could also get the sharpness of the note with my fingernail. So again, I hope this really helps everyone out there, because this is a totally different world. The world of classical and flamenco guitar it's a mirror image of what the rock and shredders do, but with the elegance and the depth of musical expression. And for some, it takes a while to get used to. For others, it's not so hard to handle. I'm using a Cordoba. This is a 2001 Cordoba nylon strings. I use Diodario extra hard tension strings because I also play with the pick. And if acoustically, the sound projects. It is an acoustic electric, but any acoustic electric, you could even do this on a steel string if you don't have a nylon string. But if you want to get into the world of classical guitar, I really suggest getting a nylon string because they have a totally different tone. There is nothing like it. So, all right, my friends, thank you so much for watching. Leave the comments down below. Tell me if you like this, and I definitely want to keep this rolling. And if you have not yet subscribed, please do so. Hit that bell, and I'll let you know when dinner will be ready. And again, we're going to have this upload videos every Tuesday, every Thursday. We're going to shoot for the Tuesdays being the acoustic, Thursdays being the electric, as we cover all grounds of my style of playing. And if I have a gig where I cannot put up a video, I will let you know in the previous video. So there you'll have the you'll be able to know when I'll be able to put the video up or not. It'll only be due to a show I have, coming up. So anyways, I hope you like this, my friends. Until our next video, which will be on Tuesday with Practice with Dave. Till then, my friends, take care, rock on. Don't get discouraged in practicing, because you're going to be practicing with me, okay? All these videos is you're going to be practicing with me. So, don't get discouraged and stay the course, my friends. And as always, till next video, you take care and God bless.